spake unto you out in the mount, out of the midst of the fire, in the day of the assembly, the Most High gave them unto me. And I turned myself and came down from the mount, and put the tables in the ark which I made, and there they be, as the Most High commanded me. And the children of Yasharallah took their journey from Bureau of the children of Jachan to Mosera. There Aaron died, and there he was buried. And Eleazar his son ministered in the priest's office in his stead.
So the Most High took out Aaron here. Eleazar his son, Aaron's son, took over the chief priest's office in the place of Aaron. Go ahead.
From thence they journeyed unto Gudgodah, and from Gudgodah to Potbat, a land of rivers and of waters. At that time the Most High separated the tribe of Levi, to bear the ark of the covenant of the Most High, to stand before the Most High, to minister unto him, and to bless in his name unto this day. Wherefore Levi hath no part nor inheritance with his brethren. The Most High is his inheritance, according as the Most High thy power promised him.
Right, so meaning that Levi didn't have a land. Levi was scattered among all the tribes to bring forth the laws of the Most High. Read.
And I stayed in the mount according to the first time, 40 days and 40 nights. And the Most High hearkened unto me at that time also, and the Most High would not destroy thee.
So you listen to him. That's what I say. We look at what works. The same thing works with the Most High, because it worked then, it'll work now. You see, you give us certain things that's in this Bible coded to show us this worked. And our ancestors, that's what they did. They go all the way back, like here David. You talking about, what about when you open up the Red Sea? We walked across dry ground. Your mighty power, stretched out arm, you know. Almighty Yahweh, almighty Most High power, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Remember thy people, you know what I mean? Boasting on them. Read.
Verse 11. And the Most High said unto me, Arise, take thy journey before the people, that they may go in and possess the land, which I swear unto their fathers to give unto them. And now, Yasharallah, what doth the Most High thy power require of thee?
So what do the Most High require of we, Yasharallah, children of Israel, the 12 tribes of Israel? Read.
But to fear the Most High thy power.
That means be afraid of the Most High thy power. Let nobody tell you anything different. Mashak Oshai broke that down perfectly in Luke 12 and 4 and 5. Go ahead.
To walk in all his ways.
Walk in all his ways, follow all his rules and regulations, his laws, statutes, commandments. Read.
And to love him.
Only way you love him is to keep his commandments, do what he say.
And to serve the Most High thy power with all thy heart and with all thy soul. To keep the commandments of the Most High and his statutes, which I command thee this day for thy good. Behold, the heaven and the heaven of heavens is the Most High thy power. The earth also, with all that therein is. Only the Most High had a delight in thy fathers to love them, and he chose their seed after them, even you above all people, as it is this day. Circumcise therefore the foreskin of your heart, and be no more stiff-necked. For the Most High your power is power of powers, and Most High of powers, a great power, a mighty and terrible, which regardeth not persons, nor taketh reward. He doth execute the judgment of the fatherless and widow, and loveth the stranger, and giving him food and raiment. Love ye therefore the stranger, for ye were strangers in the land of Egypt. Thou shalt fear the Most High thy power, him shalt thou serve, and to him shalt thou cleave, and swear by his name. He is thy praise, and he is thy power, that hath done for thee these great and terrible things, which thine eyes have seen. Thy fathers went down into Egypt with 70 persons.
That's a score is 20, so that's 60 plus 10, 70 persons. Read.
And now the Most High thy power hath made thee as the stars of heaven for multitude.
So, I was asking you to say the verse out loud so everybody can know where you at. I can't hear you.
Deuteronomy 11:1.
So Deuteronomy 11:1. Go ahead.
Therefore thou shalt love the Most High thy power, and keep his charge, and his statutes, and his judgments, and his commandments always. And know ye this day, for I speak not with your children which have not known, and which have not seen the chastisement of the Most High your power, his greatness, his mighty hand, and his stretched out arm, and his miracles, and his acts, which he did in the midst of Egypt, unto Pharaoh the king of Egypt, and unto all his land. And what he did unto the army of Egypt, unto their horses and to their chariots, how he made the water of the Red Sea to overflow them as they pursued after you, and how the Most High thy power, or how the Most High, Wahmashiach hath destroyed them unto this day. And what he did unto you in the wilderness until you came out into this place. And what he did unto Dathan, Abiram, the sons of Eliab, the son of Reuben, how the earth opened her mouth and swallowed them up, and their households and their tents, and all the substance that was in their possession in the midst of all Israel.
I mean, we've seen all this happening. Would that bring fear to you?
Right.
He opened up the ground, man. And all their houses, their whole families went in there. Closed them back up. Read?
For your eyes have seen all the great acts of the Most High, Wahmashiach Yahushua, which they did. Therefore shall ye keep all the commandments which I command you this day, that ye may be strong, and go in and possess the land, whither ye go to possess it, and that ye may prolong your days in the land, which the Most High, Wahmashiach Yahushua, swear unto your fathers, to give unto them and to their seed a land that floweth with milk and honey. Verse 10. For the land whither thou goest into possess it is not as the land of Egypt, from whence ye came out, where thou sowest thy seed and waterest it with thy foot as a garden of herbs. But the land whither ye go to possess it is a land of hills and valleys, and drinketh water of the rain of heaven, a land which the Most High thy power careth for. The eyes of the Most High thy power are always upon it, from the beginning of the year even into the end of the year.
That's the land of Most High love.
Yeah.
I mean, the Most High said he cared for it. The eyes of the Most High thy power are always upon it, from the beginning of the year even until the end of the year. The land of Israel. Read.
And it shall, verse 13, and it shall come to pass, if ye shall hearken diligently unto my commandments which I command you this day, to love the Most High your power, and to serve him with all your heart and with all your soul, that I will give you the rain of your land in his due season, the first rain and the latter rain, that thou mayest gather in thy corn and thy wine and thine oil. And I will send grass in thy fields for thy cattle, that thou mayest eat and be full. Take heed to yourselves, that your heart be not deceived, and turn not aside and serve other gods, idols, and worship them. And then the Most High's wrath, Wahmashiach Yahushua's wrath be kindled against you, and he shut up the heaven, that there be no rain, and that the land yield not her fruit, unless ye perish quickly from off the good land which the Most High power, or the Most High Wahmashiach Yahushuah giveth you.
Yep, he said that. He said, don't turn to these other nations' idols, which are their gods, and worship them. That's the main key he's concerned about. Us worshiping these other nations' idols, bowing down and worship them. You know, starting with Satan. What Satan said, all these could be yours. You do what? Bow down and worship me. So all these idols are set up on the left side, because they're not on the right side, because the Most High don't know these other nations as he knew his chosen people. And now as he know his chosen people. So he's going to shut up the heaven, man. And he said, it's a land that he's looking at. But he said, when you look at it now, it's desolate. What he says he's gonna do is desolate, man. Ain't nothing growing there. Period. You ain't grass, a bud of grass growing out the ground. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's nothing there. Just what he said, desolate. When you say desolate, it's for real. You talking about where they have them Jewish people got the little shrines and all the stuff they got over there to make money and all that stuff. That ain't what you talking about. Land where we were at, city of David, is nothing. Desolate where we was at. Go ahead.
Verse 18. Therefore shall ye lay up these my words in your heart and in your soul, and bind them for a sign upon your hand, that they may be as frontlets between your eyes. And ye shall teach them your children, speaking of them when thou sittest in thine house, and when thou walkest by the way, when thou liest down, and when thou risest up. And thou shalt write them upon thy door, upon the door of Deuteronomy 10 and 11 and 20. And thou shalt write them upon the doorposts of thine house and upon thy gates, that your days may be multiplied, and the days of your children, and the land which the Most High, while Mashiach Yahushai, swear unto your fathers to give them, as the days of heaven upon the earth. For if ye shall diligently keep all these commandments which I command you, to do them, to love the Most High your power, to walk in all his ways, and to cleave unto him, then will the Most High, Hamashiach Yahushua, drive out all these nations from before you, and ye shall possess greater nations and mightier than yourselves.
There it is. So all we got to do is follow his laws, statutes, commandments, and he's going to drive these nations out from before us. We will possess greater nations and mightier than ourselves. Go ahead.
Every place whereon the soles of your feet shall tread shall be yours. From the wilderness of Lebanon, from the river Euphrates, even unto the uttermost sea shall your coast be. There shall no man be able to stand before you. For the Most High, your power, shall lay the fear of you and the dread of you upon all the land that ye shall tread upon, as he hath said unto you.
That's right. That's it for that. Go to Isaiah 49. So he's going to give us all the land that when our feet touch the ground, that was our land. Isaiah 49 and 1.
That's like squatters' rights. That's like
squatters' right. Yeah. That's for the Most High. Go ahead.
Isaiah 49 and 1. Listen, O owls, unto me, and hearken ye people from far. The Most High hath called me from the womb, from the bowels
Let's
of my...
start at verse 14.
Isaiah 49 and 14. But Zion said, the Most High hath forsaken me, and my power hath forgotten me. Can a woman forget her suckling child, that she should not have compassion on the son of her womb? Yeah, they may forget, yet will I not forget thee.
Wow, that's beautiful. See, we said, hey, the Most High have forgotten us. And my power has forgotten me. The Most High compared it to a woman having a child, man. Did she forget her suckling child? And she should have compassion on the son of her womb. Say, yeah, they may forget. He said, yet I will not forget thee. Go ahead.
Verse 16. Behold, I have graven thee upon the palms of my hand. Thy walls are continually before me. Verse 17. Thy children shall make haste. Thy destroyers and they that made thee waste shall go forth of thee. Lift up thine eyes round about, and behold, all of these gather themselves together and come to thee. As I live, saith the Most High, thou shalt surely clothe thee with them all, as with an ornament, and bind them on thee as a bride doeth. For thy waste and thy desolate places and the land of thy destruction shall even now be too narrow by reason of the inhabitants, and they that swallowed thee up shall be far away. The children which thou shalt have, after thou hast lost the other, shall say again in thine ears, the place is too strait for me. Give place to me that I may dwell. Then shalt thou say in thine heart, who hath begotten me these, seeing I have lost my children, and am desolate, a captive, and removing to and fro, and who hath brought up these? Behold, I was left alone. These, where had they been? Thus saith the Most High Power, behold, I will lift up mine hand to the Gentiles, and set up my standard to the people. And they shall bring thy sons in their arms, and thy daughters shall be carried upon their shoulders.
Yeah, they're going to be carrying sons and daughters on their shoulders. These other nations, read.
And kings shall be thy nursing fathers, and their queens thy nursing mothers. They shall bow down to thee with their face toward the earth, and lick up the dust of thy feet. And thou shalt know that I am the Most High, Yahweh, for they shall not be ashamed that wait for me.
That's right, man. It says, kings shall be thy nursing fathers, and their queens thy nursing mothers. They shall bow down to thee with their face toward the earth, and lick up the dust of thy feet. And thou shalt know, when you see them kissing the feet, you're going to know that the Most High, He's I am. For they shall not be ashamed that wait for me. It's all through the power of the Most High. What He does. Read.
Verse 24, Isaiah 49:24. Shall the prey be taken from the mighty, or the lawful captive delivered?
Right. So the prey be taken from the mighty. You're going to take a prey from a mighty person, or a lion, or anything that's more aggressive and more powerful than you. Read.
But thus saith the Most High, even the captives of the mighty shall be taken away, and the prey of the terrible shall be delivered.
Hear that? He said, even the captives. He said, Most High said, even the captives of the mighty shall be taken away, and the prey of the terrible, read, shall be delivered. Go ahead.
For I will contend with him that contendeth with thee, and I will save thy children.
That's right. Most High said He gonna contend with them that contend with us, and He's gonna save our children. So that's who they gotta be concerned about. See, they always looking at us now. You gotta be concerned about who? The Most High. You say He'll melt you.
That's when you gotta get a gun. You can't fight Esau military.
Yeah, right. It's all spiritual. Most High, like I say, He have His angels. Let them fight this. Do what they gotta fight. That's why I say, I'll fight with you, right? Get the spirits that's on the earth. Right here, this is what they gotta be concerned about. Hear the word of the Most High. Ecclesiastes 39 and 28.
Ecclesiastes 39 and 28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction they pour out their force, and appease the wrath of him that made them.
That's why He say the Most High contend with him that contended with thee, and I will save thy children. Through what? Through these spirits that He made, these angels that He made, that appease the wrath of him that made them. Go ahead. What are they?
Fire and hail and famine and death, and all these were created for vengeance. Teeth of wild beasts, and scorpions, serpents, and the sword, punishing the wicked to destruction.
Punishing the wicked to destruction. Where they at and what they doing? Read.
They shall rejoice in His commandment.
They shall rejoice in the Most High's commandment. Read.
And they shall be ready upon earth.
Where they at?
Upon earth.
So they ready upon the earth. They right here on the earth. Read.
And they shall be ready upon earth when need is. And when their time is come, they shall not transgress his word.
That's right, man. So that's the spirits of the Most High. That he said, read verse 25 again.
Isaiah 49 and 25. But thus saith the Most High, even the captives of the mighty shall be taken away, and the prey of the terrible shall be delivered. For I will contend with him that contended with thee, and I will save thy children.
That's right.
I will save.
Go ahead.
And I will feed them that oppress thee with their own flesh, and they shall be drunken with their own blood, as with sweet wine. And all flesh shall know that I, Yahweh, am thy Savior and thy Redeemer, the mighty one of Jacob.
That's right, man. He said he gonna feed them with their own, that oppress us, the oppressive master. He gonna feed them with their own flesh. What do you think that means? Pretty simple. I mean, you're gonna have them fight against each other. And they shall be drunken with their own blood. They start bleeding, it's gonna be everywhere. He said, all flesh gonna know that I, the Most High, Israel's Savior, and Israel Redeemer, the mighty one of Jacob, through the power of the Most High. But we know who's coming to judge and make war, Khan. Or Mashiach Yahushai, Khan. He come to judge and make war, so, but he coming in the power of the Most High. He gonna do him in. Read.
Isaiah 50 and 1. Thus saith the Most High, where is the bill of your mother's divorcement, whom I have put away? Or which of my creditors is it to whom I have sold you? Behold, for your iniquities have ye sold yourselves, and for your transgressions is your mother put away.
That's right, man. The land, man, kicked us out, man. We didn't want to follow his laws, statutes, commandments. He gave us a bill of divorce. Read.
Wherefore, when I came, was there no man? When I called, was there none to answer? Is my hand shortened at all that it cannot redeem? Or have I no power to deliver? Behold, at my rebuke I dry up the sea. I make the rivers a wilderness. Their fish stinketh because there is no water, and dieth for thirst.
See that? Moses said, he said, at my rebuke, I dry up the sea. I mean, can you imagine that the sea just dried up? He said, that's happening. He said, I make the rivers a wilderness. Their fish stinketh because there's no water, and dieth for thirst. Go ahead.
I clothe, verse 3, I clothe the heavens with blackness, and I make sackcloth their covering. The most high power hath given me the tongue of the learned, that I should know how to speak a word in season to him that is weary. He wakeneth morning by morning, he wakeneth mine ear to hear as the learned. For the Most High power hath opened my ear, and I was not rebellious, neither turned away back.
Right, so we cannot be contrary to how the Most High would want us to be. That's why Isaiah said what? I am not rebellious, neither turn away back. That's why we read Jeremiah 3:14. You know, oh backsliding Israel. That's why the Most High say going to take one of a city and two of a family. Because until this day they're going to be backsliding, not wanting to do what's right. Go ahead.
Verse 6. I gave my back to the smiters, and my cheeks to them that pluck off the hair. I hid not my face from shame and spitting.
So this going into who?
Hamashiach Yahushua.
Khan, this is a Mashiach Yahushua, probably Isaiah prophesying about a Mashiach Yahushua. Go to Matthew 26.
6 and 7.
Yeah.
Matthew 26 and 67. When we start up a little bit?
Yeah.
Matthew 26 and 65?
Yeah.
And 65. Then the high priest rent his clothes, saying, He hath spoken blasphemy. What further need have we of witness? Behold, now ye have heard his blasphemy. What think ye? They answered and said, He is guilty of death.
Wow, he's guilty of death only because he told them in verse 64. What he told, that's why he says he's guilty of death, because he said this, read.
Hamashiach Yahushua said unto him, Thou hast said, Nevertheless I say unto you, hereafter shall ye see the Son of Man sitting on the right hand of power and coming in the clouds of heaven.
See? That's why they went off. So hereafter you're going to see the Son of Man sitting on the right hand of power and coming in the clouds of heaven. Revelation 1 and 7. Hold that.
Revelation chapter 1 verse 7. Behold, he cometh with clouds.
See? He coming with the cloud, which are the chariots or the vehicles of the Most High, what they call flying saucers. We call them IFOs, identified flying objects, read.
And every eye shall see him.
Every eye gonna see him, read.
And they also which pierced him.
And they also which pierced him, read.
And all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him.
That's right, everybody gonna be wailing, crying because of Mashiach Yahushua. Get what the angels told the apostles after Mashiach Yahushua ascended to the right hand side of the Most High in Acts 1 and 11.
Acts chapter 1 verse 11.
And so you show you how it still goes together. Read.
Which also said, Ye men of Galilee, why stand ye gazing up into heaven?
So why you gazing up into the sky? Read.
This same Hamashiach Yahushua, which is taken up from you into heaven, shall so come in like manner as ye have seen him go into heaven.
Right. As they seen him go into heaven. How did he go into heaven? Verse 9.
And when he had spoken these things while they beheld, he was taken up, and a cloud received him out of their sight.
Right, so that same cloud that we read about in Revelation 1 and 7, he's coming back with, the same way he ascended. That's why the angel said, hey, same way you see him taken up into heaven, in verse 11, so shall he come in like manner as ye have seen him go into heaven. He's going to descend from heaven in the same way, with his chariot. Okay, go back to Isaiah. This is my, so you see, no, you got to go back to Matthew 26.
Matthew 26 and 67. Or 66. What think ye? They answered and said, He is guilty of death.
So Mashiach Yahushua is guilty of death because he said you're going to see him sitting on the right hand of power and coming in the clouds of heaven. Now we don't want over me. Distinctive scriptures proving that, read.
Then did they spit in his face.
See, then they spit in his face, read.
And buffeted him.
Buffeted him. Remember he said, we'll see what all they did is they buffeted him, read.
And others smote him with the palms of their hands. Whew.
So let's go back to Isaiah 50 and 6. See, this is what Mashiach Yahushua went through for us, the children of Israel. This before he was killed. Remember, this is what, who's doing this to him?
Israel was doing it.
Israel, that's right. Israel doing this to him. Before they gave him over to the Romans. The so-called Italian Caucasian, who was the superpower of the earth at the time when he came on the earth. Read.
Isaiah 50 and 6. I gave my back to the smiters, and my cheeks to them that plucked off the hair. I hid not my face from shame and spitting.
You just read about it. See, can you imagine them pulling your beard out of your cheeks? Just pull it. Just look at it. That's like, man, that's
torture.
Yeah, that's a lot of torture. You can feel it just doing like this. You can feel that. Go ahead.
Verse 7.
They spit all over him. Read.
For the Most High will help me. Therefore shall I not be confounded. Therefore have I set my face like a flint, and I know that I shall not be ashamed. He is near that justifieth me. Who will contend with me? And let us stand together. Who is mine adversary?
Who's my enemy? Read.
Let him come near to me.
Let him come near to him. Read.
Behold, The Most High power will help me. Who is he that shall condemn me? Lo, they all shall wax old as a garment. The moth shall eat them up. Who is among you that feareth the Most High, that obeyeth the voice of his servant, that walketh in darkness and hath no light? Let him trust in the name of the Most High, while Mashiach Yahushai, Ba'ashim Mashiach Yahushai, and stay upon his power. Behold, all ye that kindle a fire, that compass yourselves about with sparks, walk in the light of your fire, and in the sparks that ye have kindled. This shall ye have of my hand, ye shall lie down in sorrow.
That's right. Mm-hmm. Go ahead. Read the verse 3.
Isaiah 51:3. Hearken to me, ye that follow after righteousness, ye that seek the Most High, while Mashiach Yahushai. Look unto the rock whence ye are hewed, and to the hole of the pit whence ye are dead. Look unto Abraham your father, and unto Sarah that bare you. For I called him alone, and blessed him, and increased him. For the Most High, while Mashiach Yahushai, shall comfort Zion. He will comfort all her waste places, and he will make her wilderness like Eden.
Hear that? He gonna make her wilderness. That's what it look like now. You been over there, huh? You seen it, right?
Right.
Israel.
Yeah.
Where we was at, it was desolate, right?
Yes, it
Ain't nothing growing there, right?
is.
Not even a blade of grass, right? I mean, it's something like you ain't ever seen before. Con? Yeah. Unbelievable. But the Most High's word is true.
Right.
Read.
Isaiah 51:3. And he will make her wilderness like Eden, and her desert like the garden of the Most High. Joy and gladness shall be found therein, thanksgiving and the voice of melody.
That's right, man. The real Thanksgiving.
Yeah, no,
The real Thanksgiving from the Most High.
the water of the thing.
That's right. He said, it says, he will comfort all her waste places. Now you know that the places where we used to be is waste now. Mm-hmm. See? And he will make her wilderness like Eden. And her desert like the garden of the Most High. Not something that we could imagine. The garden of the Most High. Everything that's coming from that garden is going to be what? Pure. You can eat it. And it gives you power. You know what I mean? Like you eat food. We're supposed to eat, the food supposed to nourish us, the vegetables and, you know, the fruits and so forth. We're going to be able to eat it. It's going to give you power. Because it's going to be from it's from the garden of the Most High. He said he's going to give us this garden. Can you imagine that? No, we can't imagine. We sit up there eating, drinking poison and living. Everything we have is jacked up. It says, look, and her desert like the garden of the Most High. Joy and gladness shall be found therein. Thanksgiving, a real thanksgiving. And the voice of melody. So all you that don't like music, better go somewhere. You ain't gonna be here, right? If you don't like music, how you gonna hear the voice of melody in this new Eden, right? Come on now, because a lot of brothers, they shun music. How you gonna read the books of David, right? Those are melodies, those are songs. How you gonna deal with Kahan? Can't deal with you, Kahan. What's your latest song you done made up, huh?
We got something working.
Huh? Got something working? Yeah, you be doing it. The voice of melody, you see? That's what it's all about. So from there, let's go to the Gospels. Let's go to John 13 and 31. You're going to read the 15:27.
John chapter 13, verse 31. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my words shall not pass away.
You said heaven and earth shall pass away, but my word shall not pass away.
13:31.
Right.
John. Wait,
No, 31. 13:31.
John, right?
John 13:31.
Oh, it's like
What you just read?
I read Mark. It's like
That's all right. Still,
It's
this
straight.
scripture. Right on time, boy. Go ahead.
John 13:31.
Done.
Therefore, when he was gone out, Yahushua said, now is the Son of Man glorified, and the Most High is glorified in him.
He said, when he was going out, he said, now is the Son of Man, Mashiach Yahushua, glorified. So he let you know he's called the Son of Man also, and the Most High is glorified in Mashiach Yahushua. Go ahead.
If the Most High be glorified in him, the Most High shall also glorify him in himself, and shall straightway glorify him. Little children, yet a little while I am with you. Ye shall seek me, and as I said unto the Jews, whither I go, ye cannot come. So now I say to you.
Well, he said where he's going, they couldn't come to the same place where he was going. Read.
A new commandment I give unto you, that ye love one another as I have loved you, that ye also love one another.
That's right, man. It's very important. This is the second most greatest commandment after loving the Most High with all thy heart, mind, and soul, and strength, and love thy neighbors thyself. So we got to love each other. You know, as he loved us, man, he gave his life for us. Read.
By this shall all men know that ye are my disciples, if ye have love one to another.
Right. This is how you're going to know that you are a Mashiach Yahushua disciple, if you have love one to another. So it's not just about those that are among us, that are learning the truth, that's, you know, involved in our different congregations or assemblies and so forth. But what about our brothers and sisters that are lost? They got to see the love too. They got to know that, you say, I know I experienced this with a whole parking lot of people who was working out, doing martial arts, and, you know, working out, doing everything, exercising, all that. And when we finished, we was all hugging and, all right, you know, after doing whatever we was doing to each other, you know, giving pounds and laughing and having a good time and hugging each other. People in the parking lot, they got out their cars. They said, wow. It was Jake's too. They said, wow, we ain't seen no love like that. They was sitting there watching us, right? All the time, watching and doing all that, doing everything. We was doing everything, right? They got out the car. It's like, man, who you guys, man? Wow, I ain't seen no love like that, man. It was sincere, you know what I mean? We got them the cars and everything, you know, but that's when we went, that park that we went, they would come up there, you know, and just watch us, you know what I mean? And that's real, man. They felt that. And that's how it's supposed to be, man. By this shall all men know that ye are my disciples, if ye have love one to another. Go ahead.
Simon Peter said unto him, Mashiach Yahushua, whither goest thou? Yahushua answered him, whither I go, thou canst not follow me now, but thou shalt follow me afterwards.
See, so you cannot follow me now, but you'll follow me afterwards. Read.
Peter said unto him, Mashiach, why cannot I follow thee now? I will lay down my life for thy sake.
Yeah. This the head apostles. This give you an idea of how Israel is, how we are. He said, hey man, why can't I follow you now? I'll give my life for you, right? Go ahead.
Yahushua Mashiach answered him, wilt thou lay down thy life for my sake? Verily, verily, I say unto thee, the cock shall not crow till thou hast denied me thrice.
He said, man, hey, you'll lay down your life for me? Peter? Oh yeah? He said, the cock will not crow till you done denied me 3 times. You don't deny me 3 times, then the rooster gonna crow.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Chapter 14. Let not your heart be troubled. Ye believe in the Most High, believe also in me.
He said, hey, don't let your mind be troubled. So you believe in the Most High, you believe also in the Mashiach Yahushua. Read.
In my Father's house are many mansions.
In his Father's house are what?
Many mansions.
Many mansions, man. Go ahead.
If it were not so, I would have told you.
You say, if the Most High didn't have many mansions in his house, are y'all hearing this? Mm-hmm. In his house are many mansions. Y'all ready for that? In the Most High's house are many mansions. He said, if it wasn't so, I would have told you. Go ahead.
If it were not so, I would have told you. I go to prepare a place for you.
He said, I'm going to prepare a place for you. Read.
And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come again.
He said, if I go to prepare a place for you, I will come again. Go ahead.
And receive you unto myself.
And receive us into himself. Read.
That where I am, there ye may be also.
So where we're at, and where he's at, we're going to be there together. As one. Go ahead.
And whither I go ye know, and the way ye know. Thomas said unto him,
He said, just a moment. He said, I want to deal with where he said, he's going to prepare a place for us, right? Look at 2nd Ezra 8 and verse 52.
Second Ezra 8,
52.
52. Second Ezra chapter 8, verse 52. For unto you is paradise open. The tree of life is planted. The time to come is prepared.
See? It's prepared, man. He said he's going to prepare a place for us. It's already prepared, man. It's prepared for us. Read.
Plenteousness is made ready.
Plenteousness is made ready. Read.
A city is builded.
A city is built. New Jerusalem is builded. Read.
And rest is allowed.
Rest is allowed. Read.
Yeah, perfect goodness and wisdom.
Right, it's already prepared, man. Go back to John.
Book of St. John, chapter 14, verse 5. Thomas said unto him, Hamashiach, we know not whither thou goest, and how can we know the way?
Yeah, man, that Thomas boy and Peter, boy, that was something else. He said, hey, man, we know not whither thou goest, where you're going, and how can we know the way? How can we know the way you're going? We don't know, where you going. Read. This is what he said.
Verse 6. Yahushua saith unto him, I am the way, the truth, and the life.
So I'm the way, the truth, and the life. So when you look at him saying he's the way, the truth, and the life, what is he really saying here? Because it got to make sense from what it is that they had to go by, and that is the Old Testament, the Old Scrolls. So get Psalms 119, 142.
Psalms chapter 119, verse 142. Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy law is the truth.
So the law is the truth, right? So he's coming back and telling us that I'm the way, the truth, and the life. So he's the way. A way is a direction, right? A path, right? To show us how to do what? Follow the truth, which is what? The law, statutes, commandments, the law, what you just read. That law is the truth, right? So he's a way to show us how to follow the truth, which is the law, that's going to lead to what? Everlasting life. Baruch 4 and 1.
That's the blueprint.
That's the blueprint, right? That's the format, that's the formula, period. Baruch 4 and 1 and 2.
Baruch chapter 4, verse 1. This is the book of the commandments of the Most High.
The book of the commandments of the Most High, which is the law, read.
And the law that endureth forever.
And the law that endureth forever. Go ahead.
All they that keep it shall come to life.
So it makes sense when you say he's the way, I'm the direction, I'm the path.